How do you think your background, the things you've been through, have contributed to the fighter you are now, the guy we'll see in the ring on Saturday?
It's done everything. It taught me to be a fighter and someone never to give up, to be resilient. It taught me to also be very adaptable as well, which is probably the most important thing, to be honest, because to get to this level with the limited amount of fights I've had and experience and stuff like that, it takes a lot of adapting. You have to keep adapting, keep changing. Just like now, fighting. The fight was meant to be at Manchester Arena. Now it's going to be at the Matchroom headquarters. So you have to just be adaptable and just keep adapting.
And what would you say has been your proudest moment so far in the sport, if you can look at that, take a step back for a moment?
Probably not knocking Eddie out.
You've restrained yourself for this long. You haven't got a moment that you look back on and think, God, or it doesn't even have to be in the ring, like something that you've achieved through the sport.
It's not over yet, so I can't answer that question yet. So there's still so much more to come and so much more to gain and so much more to do. So at the minute it's just all just going. It's an ongoing journey. So I don't know. Maybe when I win the world title, then that'll be my proudest moment in the sport, to be honest. So let's see. Okay.
And in terms of the guy we'll see on Saturday, do you think we're going to see a different Dillian to the Dillian we've seen so far?
I'm me. I am me, man. I never change. I'm just in better shape sometimes. Sometimes I'm more motivated than other times, because sometimes I got things going on in and around the game. But this time I feel good. I'm in a good place. I'm ready to rock. I've trained hard, and I'm ready to go. So you should. Let's see. I don't like saying, "Oh, I'm going to be this or I'm going to do this and whatever." I'm just motivated. I'm ready to go.
All right. Thanks, Dillian. Good luck.
Yeah, no worries.
David Anderson from the Mirror.
Hi, Dillian. You okay?
Yeah, how you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah. How's this motorhome? How's life in your motorhome?
It's good. They call me the Black Traveller, so it's all good.
And what about life in the bubble? Is it hard to get your head around all the protocol, Dillian? Because what you're compared to in a normal fight week, with this sort of living in motorhomes and having to wash your hands and do this, do that, and be tested.
No, it's not hard. As I said earlier, part of my strength is being adaptable and adapting to my situation and my surroundings. So, it's strange times. There's a lot of new things happening, a lot of things changing in the world every day on a daily basis. So to survive and to be effective and efficient in this time, you need to be able to adapt, and that's the most important thing right now. And that's one of my strengths. So thank God.
Yeah. And they started going about the old chess and about when were you going to get your WBC title shot. But what's your understanding now? Must it happen by February 2021 or what's your take on it?
Well, that's what's been said, and that's what's I think now they come out and said it now for the first time. Really, they can't now go back on the word and change it again. But I say that, but they've done it before. But I don't think they would want the embarrassment and that stuff that comes with that. So I think, and rightly so. It's not like I've earned it or deserved it. I mean, it's been almost 3 years now, I think.
Yeah. Because are you concerned when you hear Frank Warren say stuff like, well, we mightn't be able to do the trilogy fight with Wilder in December as planned, and therefore he may just take like a mark in time fight, which pushes everything further back, really?
Frank Warren can say whatever he wants, the WBC service, and that's why there's legal processes. So yeah. Frank Warren can say whatever he wants, obviously. Frank Warren says a lot of things,
Yeah.
But, so let's see what happens.
What's your view on Tyson Fury's, conduct in all this as well? Are you getting signs? Has he been honourable?
No, I think
towards you.
He hasn't been able towards me at all. Because 1 minute he said he'll fight me, the next minute he said he won't fight me, then. But that's Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury just talks a lot of rubbish, man. He just says whatever he thinks or whatever. He's someone that he doesn't stick to anything he says, man. He always just, he's always saying something today, then saying something else tomorrow. I think his mind is at the wind, change direction every few seconds.
Yeah. So, and then just last for me, is it hard for you, Dylan, getting up? Like we always seem to be asking this question. You always have to be putting that number one mandatory status on the line against a credible opponent, and yet here we are doing a game with Povetkin, Olympic former WBA champ and stuff. Does that frustrate you? You're constantly having to do that.
No, you know what? It doesn't, because everyone forget I've had 7 amateur fights and 28 professional fights, so I'm not a novice, but I'm still very inexperienced and I've still got a lot of learning to do. And this is just preparing me for the journey. When I finally get to the world title, I will be prepared. I would have seen different style fights, because if you think someone Alexander Povetkin, he's probably fought 40 or 50 guys with the same style as me just as an amateur, much less as a pro. So, for me, it's just learning and improving. So when it does come, I've already ticked the box and I've already had enough bricks to the wall that the wall is ready to stand up strong and to become a world champion, man.
Great. Dillian, thanks very much. Good luck Saturday.
Cheers.
Ron Lewis for the Times next.
Ron. I think Ron fell asleep.
In that case, if we go to Richard from South London News.
Hi, Dillian. How you doing?
How you doing, Rich, mate? You all right? Long time.
Good, thanks, mate. I'm good. I just wanted to ask you about the motivation side of things. You say sometimes it can be up and down, the levels of motivation. What's got you fired up for it this time round?
Listen, Ron, I just haven't got any issues outside the ring. I feel mentally and physically strong. I've prepared well, and obviously the whole of last year for me was just a write-off. I've had a lot of issues going on and stuff, and different things in my mind. I'm fighting for my career and obviously being belittled in the public domain and other things, and people saying things about when you can't defend yourself, and my stock and value plummeted, and now I'm just in a good place now. Now I'm back where I should be, and I have an opportunity to shine against a good fighter and to be a credible road level fighter.
How much persuasion did you need to appear on a show where there's not going to be any fans?
Not much. Listen, we are fighters, and that's what we do. We fight. Obviously, as people, as a race, we all fight in different ways, in different walks of life, and that's what we do best. We fight.
And there was mention, you talked about Frank Warren. He talked about pitching an idea of you facing Daniel Dubois, another South London fighter, but in a different part of his journey, isn't he? What would you say about that? It sounds like it's not something you think is remotely realistic.
Frank needs to stay off the liquor, man. Definitely needs to stay off the liquor, because he's just trying to deviate from the Tyson Fury fight. Why would I fight Daniel Dubois when I am manager for the WBC world title? Daniel Dubois brings nothing to the table whatsoever, nothing at all. There's no reason for me to fight him. Brings nothing to the table. Listen, they know me. They know I love a fight, and it doesn't take a lot to get me into a fight. So they're just trying to throw some bait out there, and hopefully I'll bite.
Final one, Dillian. How would you feel if the WBC stripped Tyson Fury and you had to fight for the vacant title against somebody else?
If they strip him, I don't have to fight no one for the vacant title, because I'm interim heavyweight champion, and I've had enough fights to justify being a world champion, to be honest. But obviously I don't want that though. I don't want that. I want to fight Tyson Fury because he says he's the best heavyweight alive, and he's the best heavyweight to ever walk the planet. So I want to fight the best. I don't. Hopefully he's going to be a man of his word and fight me, and don't be a coward and vacate the belt.
Cheers, Dillian. Best of luck.
Cheers,
mate.
Okay, got Jeff Powell from the Daily Mail.
Hi, Daniel. How are you doing in terms of your fitness and your show? I'm sorry, I've just joined this rather late because I wasn't sure what time you were coming on. How's your fitness this time?
Oh, Daniel or me?
Dillian, I said. I think.
I'm good, Jeff. I'm good. I'm fit. You said Daniel. Sorry. I'm good. I'm fit. Obviously, can just tell by looking at my face, I'm healthy. I'm ready to go, and I'm fit. Last time I thought my face was like this. Now my face is back to normal again. So
it does look better.
I'm good.
It does look better. You weren't in your greatest shape in Saudi, were you?
No, obviously, if you think the situation and the circumstances that was going on, I had the fight 3 weeks. I got the fight 3 weeks notice. I wasn't training. I wasn't in any form or shape to fight. But for my mentality and my longevity in the sport, and as a person, and obviously for my mental health, I had to fight. You know, I never had no choice. I had to fight regardless whether I was in shape or not. You know, I needed to fight.
You're certainly looking in better condition. Look forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank
Very, very kind of you.
Okay, guys, got time for one more. If we finish with Ron Lewis, time.
Hi, Dillian. I hope you can hear me now. What has the 5 months in Portugal done for you as a person? Because you must have been out there a bit more relaxed. What's the difference been compared to being sort of knocking around at home?
The only difference is I was able to train. I was able to shift some unwanted weight, you know, that I didn't need, you know, that I gained because of last year. Last year, my career was in tatters, my life was in tatters, you know, my status as a fighter, my credibility as a person, everything was in shambles. So, you know, it's just been good to just get away and train and focus. It's been hard, obviously, been away from my family and everyone, but, you know, it's good, you know, it was what I needed, to be honest.
You were saying a couple of weeks ago to us that Povetkin you saw as possibly the hardest fight of your life. Do you still see it like that, or bang on fight week now? Do you think it's all business and you're going to do a good job on him?
No, it's a hard fight. No one could ever say Povetkin's an easy fight. You know, I mean, obviously we've seen what he does. He's been consistently for 15 years at this level. He's beating top guys of the top guys. You know, obviously he's given reigning world champions problem. He gave Anthony Joshua a problem a year ago. He gave Klitschko a problem a few years ago. Very strong, very determined guy, and he's technically sound. He carry a good punch power. Obviously, people say, "Oh, yeah, he's 40," but then you know you got guys who's going on longer and being stronger and fighting a lot better as they get older these days. You know, look, you know Hopkins went until he was 50, and he was still beating top guys as well.
Are you expecting to be very sort of active, certainly in the first half of the fight?
Who? Me or him?
Povetkin, you expect him to, because he did well against Joshua for 5 or 6 rounds, and then sort of like...
He's a very aggressive fighter. He knows one way to fight. He's strong, solid, and he comes forward. You know, and I know they think they can beat me. I know they think they can stop me as well because obviously their experience and what they do. And they're probably looking thinking, okay, I make technical mistakes and other things. So I know they believe they can beat me and stop me. So who knows what the game plan's going to do. He might come out early and try to go for it earlier. He might try and wait and go for it on the stretch. Against Hunter, he came back from middle to end of the fight. So let's see what happens. I'm prepared for whatever, you know. If it needs to be a 12-round war or whatever, or a boxing fight or a destruction, I'm prepared for whatever.
Excellent. Thanks, Dillian. Good luck, mate.
Okay, we're going to have to end the call there, guys. Thanks for your time. Thanks,
Sorry,
Dillian.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.